Stopped at ports of entry like in Nogales. And that's where we find our Patrick Hayes getting a behind-the-scenes look at their operation and push to stop drug trafficking.
I'm here at the Nogales port of entry, which is about 2.5 hours south of Phoenix. The officers here tell me they're seeing a record level of fentanyl trying to cross into the country, and that includes some of the multicolored rainbow fentanyl. Here in Nogales, border officials say most of people crossing are coming here to work or shop, but some are smuggling drugs, including fentanyl. Batteries to inside tires, drive shafts. Port Director Michael Humphrey says most traffickers are trying to hide the drugs inside their vehicles. Dash, floor, seats, between the seats of the vehicle. Just deep concealment, usually seen at the ports of entry, and nothing surprises us anymore. Officers with Customs and Border Protection stopped a record amount of fentanyl this past fiscal year. Humphrey says by using a multi-layered approach, including x-rays and canines, they stopped the drugs coming through. According to CBP, nearly 13,000 pounds of fentanyl has been seized this past fiscal year. That's 4 times as much as in 2019. Yeah, so several years ago, we hardly saw any fentanyl at all. Over the past 3-4 years, it's just exponentially gone up.
Yo, that's very interesting to see, because even in my own personal life, like I said, man, I help guys out who are coming out of prison, and I help tutor people with English and stuff like that. And every now and then I hear stories about family members of these people coming out of jail. They might have been arrested 2-3 years ago, and they're finally coming home. And as soon as they do some pills, fake Percocet, fentanyl pressed Percocets, or some fentanyl laced dope, soon as they do it one time, they die. And this person might not have been a huge drug addict on the streets. They might just, hey, I'm going to pop a perk. That ends up being a Percocet with a deadly dose of fentanyl, and they end up dying as soon as they get out of jail. I'm pretty sure if somebody actually did the statistics on how many people are dying from fentanyl overdoses 6 months after getting out of prison or jail, and I bet that number is very high. Now, another story that I want to focus on is out of Brazil. Brazil police seized a ton of cocaine worth $30 million hidden cat litter. Thanks to sniffer dogs, agents found around 1,140 kilos of cocaine in bags hidden under a cargo of cat litter. Brazil is a crossroads for international drug trafficking, receiving shipments from countries such as Colombia and Peru, then sending it to Europe or Africa. And this is the load right there. Look how much drugs that is. Now, you got to understand that the drug market extends past America. Yes, America is the biggest consumer of drugs because we are the biggest country that consumes drugs. It's China, India, then America. Then the countries under that are significantly smaller than those top 3 population centers. So once you start getting to the 3rd or 4th largest country in the world, they're much smaller than the first 3. China, India, America are bigger than most places on Earth. For example, Australia has like 16 million people. One of our states has more than 16 million people. Canada is about the same size as Texas in terms of population. So just so you know, America's big. But Europe and Africa are big, and they do drugs too. And the Central and South Americans are servicing the entire world drugs. So so they're sending it to the American border. They're sending it through the sea to end up in Africa, Europe. You understand? And you got to understand that the Italian mafia in Italy / Sicily, they are cooperating with these Latin American gangs that are sending the drugs to Europe. So they're coordinating with the Italian Ndrangheta, or whatever they call the mafia there, the Ndrangheta, and that's how it goes down. Yeah, that's a lot of cocaine, man. Yeah, so yeah, man, the war on drugs, man. But one thing about it is, man, like, it might seem useless for these cops to have this seizure because so much more drugs makes it through, but you got to have somebody holding the line. So they might not be making a lot of progress, but at least somebody's there to hold the line. Peace.